This week on Hobie Outdoor Adventures, we're out here in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and we're going after false albacore, striper, and maybe a kingfish. This is Shawn Barham, our Hobie fishing team Top Gun, and he's gonna be showing us the ropes out here, hopefully looking at something awesome. Shawn, what are we gonna do today?
Hopefully catch some fish.
Yeah?
We're gonna chase some Albies, throw some epoxy jigs, throw some Rapalas. We got some kingfish out here, which is rare. I've never caught them. I caught some yesterday. Hopefully get some on camera. Let's go ahead and have some fun, man.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it, man.
Woo! I was riding an Outback, and Shawn was riding his camo P814. We look out, there's blowing up fish everywhere, there's already guys lined up on the shoreline, and there's ankle slapping waves. Beautiful fishing area already. You just dream about this kind of fishery. Oh, hello.
There you go.
Hey, hit my bait, will you? You're going the wrong direction. Oh!
There you go, you got him?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I just got bit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy right there. Look at that. Look at that. Come on.
Oh, fluke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, gosh. I just cast there. Don't be messing with my head.
Look, look, look.
I know, I see them. Trust me, I see them. Ain't nothing happening. Unlike most episodes where you'd see no fish blowing up on the surface and you actually had an excuse of not catching fish, I don't have an excuse because they are everywhere. Up, like right there. And they won't eat a dang thing. Oh, it's nice. Oh, wow. Ooh. I think I can reach that.
Yeah, you got
it's close enough.
But you gonna get one.
No, no, no. No, no, mister. Oh, come on, dude. This is my chance. Glory. Ah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, Shawn. Hey, those things fight pretty good.
This is a king.
Is it?
Yeah.
Kingfish in Massachusetts,
Yeah,
huh?
it's crazy, right?
And that's a fish that's almost, exclusively from North Carolina, Virginia, down to Florida. Shawn says it's a fish of about 5 to 10 years. I think it's really cool that he caught one on camera.
It's my proof. Let him go.
You could catch, black sea bass. I mean, our black sea bass on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah,
like
your black sea bass are freaking...
couple hundred pounds.
Black Volkswagens with tails on them.
They're good eating though, too, huh?
Yeah.
Catching all our fish, Eric. Come on, man.
There you go. That's the reward. We've been out casting for hours.
Look at all that freaking bait. Oh, hey, there's a blow up.
There we go. I've always fished for my whole life. I got into kayak fishing, I think, in 2012, and I started searching. Ended up coming across Hobie, and I never looked back. Got into a Hobie. It's probably one of the best decisions I ever made. I've had boats and everything. There's nothing to me better than the kayak fishing. It's a New England false albacore. This is what we go crazy for this time of year. Us New Englanders. He's on. No, they run back to you. Yeah, there you go. Get out your way.
Whoa. Hey, that's got some meat to it. I have a good feeling this is a false albacore.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't believe I actually just got one of these things to bite, because after all that trying, after going through the steps of trying to figure it out, to finally connect, that was really the best part of the day. They fight good. I mean, really, really well. And that little plastic worked pretty good. You got one first cast pretty much, and took me about 50.
Got one though.
Yeah, they get bigger, like way bigger in Florida, right?
Yeah.
That's cool though, I mean.
In Florida, they're trash fish, here they're prize.
It's just like a jack. I mean,
yeah.
Everyone's trash is one man's trash and their man's treasure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toss them back now.
Yeah, just toss them like a, there you go.
Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Kevin Nakada flew across the states from California to Cape Cod, Massachusetts to meet up with Hobie Top Gun Shawn Barham. They're out exploring the southern side of the Cape at Centerville Harbor, nearby Nantucket Sound, targeting false albacore.
Man, look at all those fish. I mean, it's just, you just want to take a giant, like, scoop net. Baby, gimme, 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 gimme. Ah!
Uh-oh, Kevin's hooked up.
Woo!
And then stuff like that happens.
Yeah, baby. Dang, this thing just pulled out like 100 yards. Dude.
Things pulling down, you gotta chase this fish down. This is what Albie fever is all about right here.
I actually have to run this thing down.
Yeah, he's gonna come back, come back. Slow that fish down, bro.
Man, it's going, man.
Huh?
It's going. Man, look at that rod being bent right there. I mean, it's a good one. You know what? After about 2,000 casts, it is worth it. It's a good one. Man, that's a really good one. That's a really, really good one. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Is that a good one?
You see you land them. Oh yeah, that's a monster.
Yeah! Holy,
Let me get
I
this
am
picture,
so
come on.
tired. You can see there's this like sluggo deal, you know? And you're just reeling as fast as you can. You're reeling as fast as you can to get that lure looking like whatever they're eating. He says bay anchovy. We're gonna get this guy back because he's ready to roll. All right, there's my trophy false albacore right there. I guess we'll shove them off.
Yeah.
Peace out. Woo!
Yeah. Fish on, baby.
Is it a kingfish?
Nah, it's the Albies.
Reverse. Backing up.
Isn't that nice? Reverse.
It is nice. You never realized how nice it would be to be in reverse until you actually get reverse.
Yeah. Little guy. He's going.
Oh!
You got him?
Yeah. Whoa.
That's a kingfish?
Maybe.
Is that an Albie? Now he's running. That's an Albie. Watch him take off now.
Oh, dang.
That's a kingfish probably.
You think so?
I don't know.
It's telling me backwards now. Man, that's a good one. It's another really good one. I really like the color of these things. They look awesome.
Right?
Let me get this hook out and we'll send them on its way again. Oh. Get for the camera back here, or up here. Yeah. All right, see ya. Man, that's some calm surf right there.
Kevin had enough of the Albies. Coming up, it's time for the famous New England striped bass. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. We're spending a beautiful day kayak fishing at Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
We're here at Bayside Resort. It's a beautiful hotel. It's near all sorts of different bodies of water, from freshwater fishing, ponds, lakes, to Barnstable. This is a world-class fishery. And since we're here, we wanted to stay at the best resort or hotel, and Bayside Resort was the #1 stop for us. We're gonna be here, we love it.
What makes us special is we sit right on the edge of Lewis Bay. So we're right on a salt marsh. It's just an absolutely beautiful atmosphere back here. We have a beach, it's beautiful. You get the southwest breezes coming every single day. Right connected to our beach is our outdoor pool and volleyball, and that's got the tiki bar up there, so you can have a frozen cocktail or just sit there and read a book. There's no reason to actually go anywhere.
After a fun morning chasing after false albacore, Kevin Nakada and Hobie Top Gun Eric Harrison are moving to the north side of the Cape and launching kayaks at Freezer Point in Barnstable.
This is Eric Slappy, the bait shop boy. Well-known character around these parts, and he is the man when it comes to striped bass fishing.
Well, we're gonna go out and we're gonna fish this big bay here. There's a lot of channels that run through it. We're gonna be looking for stripers, feeding in the channels, maybe even stripers laying up in shallow water on the flats. And we're just gonna cast some plastics and poke around until we can find a school of fish.
Oh, there's already a bunch of bait fish right here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that water is cold. Wow, that's some cool action. Is this all striper?
Yes,
Really?
it's tiny ones.
I'm trying to get bit right now. Can I get a bite, please? Well, we found striper, but they're not the slappy size. Eric knows some really cool techniques, and he showed me how to fish for these fish. It's almost like they're trout. They point their heads up in the current, and they're basically waiting for food to come down to them. And you know, never fishing for striped bass in the first place. I didn't know how they'd behave. I thought they'd be really fast-moving creatures, and then you could only catch them with live bait or dead bait or something like that. But he's fishing with plastics, and working them in this manner that looks like an eel downstream was really cool to learn. I'll probably be able to use that in the future for some other things, but striped bass for sure, it's definitely a critical thing to learn, and he was the man to teach me for sure.
It's better fish than I was getting hit by on the smaller lures. I upgraded to a 10-inch bait to stop getting the hits from the small fish. Not much bigger, but a little bit bigger.
There we go.
Oh, it looks like we found the fish.
No, not that big either.
You know, I knew what I was getting into when I said, let's go fish a big bay on an outgoing tide. And there was a lot of water moving out the bay. In fact, once we got to a certain point, we didn't have to move ourselves anymore. The current was just sliding us out of the whole bay. And we fished our way out of the bay. But the hard part of that is that you've been drifting and you drift a couple of miles. Now you got to turn around and come back. And it was a hike to come back in. But you know, that's the great thing about riding a Hobie. One of the reasons why I use the Hobie Revolution 16 is that it's a really fast kayak and it's great in these high current conditions. So I was able to just rip right through that current. If we had paddle kayaks, we never would have attempted this.
There's so many places to visit in the world. There's only so much time that you get to have on this earth. And fishing is a great way to get out there and to really experience what the world has. We are fishermen. That's what we do. And going to a new place, you know, try something new. Maybe you're not really great false albacore fisherman. You know, maybe you are, you just don't know it. But you won't know that until you actually come there and you try it out for yourself.
Coming up, we're heading south to the once fertile waters of coastal Virginia, where Hobie fishing team member Cory Routh and others are working hard to shed light on the efforts to bring back the legendary Back Bay, including priceless interviews with Walt Cary and the lovable and legendary fly fisherman Lefty Kreh.
When you threw a fly in one of those holes in Back Bay in the 50s, it was like rolling a wine bottle into a jail cell. I mean, something was going to grab it right away.
First cast across that bed, whack.
I've fished largemouth bass all over the United States, but I never saw bass fishing as good as it was in Back Bay in those days.
Mike Smith, how you doing, man? It's Cory Routh down at Virginia Beach. Look, man, I remember you were telling me a long time ago that you grew up around here and you were fishing Back Bay back in the heyday when people were catching the big fish. Got a lot of good intel coming out there. The water's nice and clear. I was there last week doing water quality monitoring. Saw a lot of bass boats on the water, man, so I think we need to get out there after it. Mike grew up in Virginia Beach, and he was telling me stories about how he used to fish in Back Bay, and then, you know, he kind of saw it fall off.
Tackle it didn't make any difference. The fish, there's so many fish there. We had a lousy tackle and we're still catching fish.
I actually saw a red-winged blackbird land on a cattail out there, and a damn big bass tried to grab him.
A 30 or 40, 50 bass day was not uncommon. At one time it had the most citation largemouth bass in the country for several years. This is where you would catch them.
If you know Back Bay today, it did not resemble anything like Back Bay in those days. Back Bay then was shallow. It was impossible to run an outboard motor in it because it simply had too much grass.
1978 or 79, a hurricane came through there. The water so much had gone up into the flats and the cornfields and things. What happened to the herbicide when the water got high and the marsh drains? It drained back into the lake and killed every damn blade of grass in there.
It destroyed that fishery.
One of the first citizens-driven organizations that was specifically started to help Back Bay was the Back Bay Restoration Foundation.
It had a lot of siltation, gets a lot of runoff from Virginia Beach, from Dam Neck and all that stuff. So finally they installed a weir there to stop that runoff, and it actually has made the water quality here on North Bay a lot better.
For 3 consecutive years, we stocked largemouth bass fingerlings in Back Bay. What we've seen are excellent results. The hatchery bass have done great, but more importantly, natural reproduction has been through the roof.
We're starting to see things that we haven't seen before. Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge has bought up a lot of land and turned it back into its pristine state. We've got wild turkeys around here now, and we haven't had wild turkeys since colonial times. Hopefully in the next few years, we'll see it recover where it can really hold itself.
I think everybody would agree bass fishing is as good as it's been on Back Bay now than it's been in probably since, you know, the 80s. We're seeing big improvements in the fishery, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
I think we got a real glimpse at what Back Bay used to be. We're seeing grass come back. We're seeing fish come back for sure. It has a potential to become the world-class fishery that it was.
We do so many things in this country that are detrimental to our environment. We've lived in a land which is so bountiful that we thought nothing could ever change it. We really need to make a lot of changes if we're going to survive.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week on a new episode of Hobie Outdoor Adventures.